Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello, everyone. My name is Latoria Todd or Hadija Toto. It just depends on where you meet me. um, so This is going to be part two of what I was talking about before. I went on a tangent talking about Cardi B and Candace Owens. I don't believe that two queens should ever be fighting, especially not in public. I think that that can be something that's settled. Personally, because at the end of the day, we all play for the same team, and division is not necessary when unity is the goal. So that's what I'll say about that. Now, getting back to what I was talking about. So the march in Washington D.C. So there were a bunch of chants talking about "f the police" and all these things, and the police, you could tell they didn't really want to be there, but they were there to protect us, the protesters. So I recognized that there was nothing positive. There was nothing positive that they were saying, and back to what I was saying, the approach. So we always need to be in a constant state. It's about a mindset shift, right? It's about a mindset change and a mindset. You have a growth mindset, right? So your growth mindset is going to say what you can do, right? Prosecute the police. Okay, and then what? What happens to our mentality as people are getting prosecuted? So that's the question to bear, and that's the question that we should be able to answer for ourselves, right? Is what are we doing after? Okay, we let's say we prosecute everyone. The issue still lies in our community of a certain mindset that is there and that exists. So our job is to figure out how do we put more positivity into our movement, into our culture. It's a beautiful movement. Don't get it twisted. It is a beautiful movement, but I would suggest and I want to emphasize the chants being more positive. Everyone was like, prosecute the police. I said, um, I don't know what they were saying, honestly, because I was like, y'all are not about to put these negative vibrations on me. And I just started chanting a whole different chant. And I was like, achieve, believe, we can make a change. Achieve, believe, we can make a chance because we are the creators of our own reality. And if we want our reality to be one of unity, then we have to act like it. Even if you want it to be something as far as like separating. Okay, let's say, you have some people who want to separate within our community. Now, I'm for group economics. You know what I mean? I do believe in group economics. That's something that I learned while I was in China. For the past 5 years, group economics, there is a power in group economics. Having our own networks, having our own ways of life, our own clothing, our own lotions, everything. Being able to have ownership and know the owner. There's a lot of power in that that doesn't need to be disregarded. So, for example, Brother Nick Cannon, when he said some things that were considered anti Semitic, right? If that was on our own networks with our own people on it, then we can regulate it. We can't complain about existing in a system that is not ours, right? So it's about really creating our system and using our system, right? And allowing ourselves the opportunity to be able to use those systems. It's not a fight. We don't have to scream about it. We don't have to yell about it. I mean, you can if you want to, but you're going to emotionally drain yourself in a place where we need to just move forward. We need to keep moving. And as we move forward, we need to switch our mindsets. We need to switch the way that we think about things. We need to switch, constantly switch the things that we want and the things that, how we want it. You know what I mean? But it's the approach to get what we want, right? Um, and like I posed in the last video, are you more likely to answer to someone who's screaming in your face Or are you more likely to answer to someone who comes to you calmly? And yes, they may be upset, but at the same time, it is what it is. So that's something just to think about. I mean, that's something that personally, like, I struggle with in my life. I'm not going to sit here. First of all, wait a minute, pause. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I'm perfect. I'm far from perfect. But something that I do know is that when you change your mindset into a more positive and affirmative mindset, then great things happen. So, one of the things I actually wanted to do the tools of, do different tools of affirmations. Um, so, the first thing I wanted to pull out, and maybe this seems a little random, but whatever. So we have the subject and we have an exercise tool. This, the most amazing and beautiful thing that I've ever had. It's called Letters for a Year of Gratitude. Right now, keep in touch always. So it's 52 letters that you actually tear out and send. So we're going to go through this together because I absolutely love this. It's actually something that I actually use myself. So this is what it ends up looking like. I'm not going to show you the front because I've already written letters, so it's going to be ready to get sent out. So basically, how this works is it's actually by who is this by? It's by Leah Redmond. Shout out to her. So it says Letters for a Year of Gratitude is part of the Letters to My series created by artist Leah Redmond. She crafts objects, design experiences, writes books, and plays with ideas in her studio in Oakland, California. Shout out to her. Participate in creative projects and keep in touch with Leah at leahredmond.com. Shout out Leah Redmond. Leah Redmond's not paying me for this, but I love to collaborate, girl. But, anyways, so when you open it, there's a welcome to your letter writing journey um, that shows. So basically, it says use the large rectangular stickers to seal the flaps of your letters. Use the small circular stickers to seal the sides. Keep track of your recipients and mailing dates via correspondence log at the back. Okay, so basically, what it's saying here is there are stickers in the back of the book. But before we get to the stickers, to even make that make sense, let's just talk about the letters themselves. Okay, so each letter, there's 52 preset letters. So these are letters of gratitude. So you're going to make them for your friends. Why do you appreciate your friends? Who do you appreciate? Why do you appreciate them? And it's going to get you in a mood of gratitude. So I like to do these each Sunday, and I write to my friends. And I just write them letters about how much I appreciate them being in my life. It gets me off of a set of it gets me off of a set of nastiness or attitude, and it gets me in a mode of appreciation and lovingness because we don't want to be the devil while criticizing the devil, right? We want to always keep ourselves in good and high vibrations, so that way that um, it's a way of taking a break from what everybody's telling you what to think, right? So here we have I am forever grateful for. There's another letter, thanks for the great advice. Here's another one that says, it's the little things like when, right? So each of these letters, thinking of you, they all have like a kind of like a subject. So when you open it, there's actually lines that you can write on. So you can write like, dear such and such, right? And then what you're going to do is you're going to write the letter. I tear it out. So there's like a little tearing spot here, and you tear it out and you write. Now, this part is quite cool. So from you're going to write, your information on there to you're going to write their information, and then you have a place for a stamp. Now, when you seal it, right, for this part, you're going to seal it similar to what I did here, right? So you have the back that have the stickers. Okay, so it has the stickers. You're gonna choose one sticker to put across. Then there are stickers in the back. I chose two different colors. You can choose the same color. And then you're going to seal the sides as well. Okay, so you're going to seal these two sides. And then there you go. And then you mail your letter out, and then boom, your friends get them. And the way to keep track, there's a log in the back that she was talking about. I'm not going to show you the front because I have some people in there already. So you have your from and then your date of where you're going to send it or where you send it. So that way you can at least be, so by the time the year ends, you have 52 letters that you've sent out. Um, One of my friends and I, we made a pact with one another. And we said, after Chadwick Boseman died, um, God rest his soul, and from Allah he came, and to Allah he shall return. When we saw the death of Chadwick Boseman, it was difficult because he's so young, and he's really young, and the changes that he was making and the things that he was doing, and he wasn't even in Hollywood that long, and to see what happened to him. And my friend and I, we agreed that from now on, we were going to appreciate the people that are in our lives, and we were going to love on people more, and we're going to tell them how much we appreciate them and how much they mean to us. So I say this to say, write letters to people, go back old school, call people, pick up the phone and tell people how much that is just as much as part of this movement as marching is. How do we love on one another? I know that in the black community there's a lot of separatism, there's a lot of separation, and there's a lot of people hating on one another, and there's a lot of games and just a bunch of things that just really cloud you from being the person that you're meant to be. But how can we love on one another? How can we truly show that we appreciate one another? Is it me supporting your business? Is it me going to your events? Is it me calling you? Is it me sending you a random I love you text message? Is it me just being the person that you can talk to? How are we displaying our love for one another? And that's so, so, so important. We are at a vital time where we need to unite. We need to unite in spirit. We need to unite in love. We need to unite in care. We need to unite in money. And I specifically say this to my brothers and sisters in the black community. Yes, we need group economics. We need to bring our white brothers and sisters into our community so they can spend their money inside of our black communities, and we can make sure that we still uphold and keep that dollar inside of our community so we can continue to further produce, right? So a lot of people will be like, oh, separate and just cut all the white people out. It's not, that's not necessarily what it's about. It's about us creating group economics amongst ourselves in order for us to push forward, because there's not ever been a space, right? There's never been a space where black people could function. And then when we did create that space, i.e., Oklahoma, I'm sorry, Tulsa, Oklahoma, when we did have that space, you have folks such as the KKKs and all of those supremacist groups that come and burn down the town. So that's what the big issue is. And we have to be able to fight against it. You know what I mean? And the best way to do that is through economic means and economic gains. We have this, guys. Like there's no reason why we can't have this. We have this, and we have it down packed. Um, and some people can scream about it. Some people can yell about it. Get it out how you want to. Everyone has their own audience. Everyone has their own way of dealing with things. Um, but I pray and I hope that um, through compassion and love and care for one another, that we can show one another that we can push and move forward together. That's my piece for today. I just wanted to put that out there. I'll be making more videos coming up later this week. So check out on Thursday. I will do another video of a tool of affirmation. We'll be working on how to get yourself in a state of gratitude. We'll be using the book Ask and It Is Given by Abraham Hicks of how to elevate our consciousness and get back in the vortex and get back in our zone so we can really vibrate and connect to our desires and what we truly want. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, and whatever pronouns you prefer. I realized in the video I forgot to do one thing. Okay, so got this. I actually got this, which is called Letters for a Year of Gratitude. I got this from Barnes and Noble, but I'm sure that you can find it on Amazon as well. I will try to find it and then put the link below so you guys can have a reference point. Um, and yeah, once again, shout out to Leah Redmond in California for this. This is a great tool to at least get you started in your week or even during your day. If you want to do a challenge and maybe do one letter of gratitude each day and send it out to 52 different friends, or maybe the same friend if you don't have 52 friends, but just keeping yourself in positive vibrations and high altitude is super important, especially during times like this. We need to make sure that we are protecting our minds and protecting our hearts. So, once again, thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Here is what you guys are going to be looking for. And thank you guys so much for even giving me space and time in your lives to continue this. And I hope that we can continue this journey together again. Once again, I'll be seeing you guys again on Thursday um, for. Uh, for an exercise from the book Ask and It Is Given by Abraham Hicks. So we'll go over different books and different ways of thinking and trying to stay in a positive mindset. So I'll be recommending different books and different exercises and just different ways so we can maintain a positive frame of mind despite what's happening around us. We don't want, okay, fine, the war is happening outside of us, but we don't want to have the war happen inside of us, as that leads to heart problems, cancer, and just a bunch of different things that we just don't even need to necessarily be operating on that kind of frequency in our lives. So let's elevate and let's come up together and let's keep our mindsets positive no matter what religion, no matter what creed, no matter whatever it is. Let's rise together. All right. I love you guys so much. I'm Latoria Todd or Hadija Toto, depending on where you meet me. And we'll talk again soon. Bye, guys.